What a great day at the 49ers facility as we get reintroduced to cornerback Jason Verrett, who was recently re-signed to the 49ers practice squad. Actually, it was announced directly after the Seattle Seahawks game that he was back on the practice squad. And to be honest, like if you aren't familiar, if you are familiar, it's just great to have Jason Verrett back. He's been through so much in his career, and for him to be back with the Niners, a team in which he played from 2019 to 2022 before getting hurt, to be able to have him back on the practice squad, and maybe we'll see him get elevated for game day is just absolutely awesome to see. But take a look at Jason Verrett speaking to the media for the first time, being back with the San Francisco 49ers. We are going to take a look at some video courtesy of NBC Sports Bay Area.
Locker room, pretty big reception, I think, from a lot of your teammates. What does it mean for you to know that they're so behind you?
It means a lot, man. They just speak volume to everybody here from top to bottom in the organization, on how they feel about me, and then I just try to reciprocate the same energy. But like I said, I'm just excited to be back, man. Missed all the guys, and just ready to help them get on this run.
And then what's your expectation when you come back here?
Just to be myself, and man, just try to adapt to everything that they're doing right now. I'm not trying to do nothing too crazy. Just try to be myself as much as I can.
This is some video courtesy of David Lombardi from The Athletic, showing Jason Verrett back in the 22 in which he first wore with the 49ers. He had then switched his number to 2. As you can see, Deommodore Lenoir wears number 2 now. So he's back in the 22 in which he wore from 2019 to 2020, I believe. And I think it was the 2021 season where they allowed other players to go to single-digit numbers. So Jason Verrett back in his 22. And this is our first look at Verrett at practice with the San Francisco 49ers today. Again, it's just a great sign to see him back. And also, listen to what Deebo Samuel had to say about having Jason Verrett back in the locker room.
Deebo, what does it mean for even guys on your side of the ball to have Jason Verrett back?
Oh, man. What's so crazy? I've been in contact with Jason Verrett for a while. Just checking how he's doing ever since he had his injury. Just, getting a feel for what he was thinking about doing. And once he told me he was thinking about coming back, so, I'm going to try to do my part of get him over here because, I know JB for a while and know how good of a player he can be and the stuff that he's been through, and for him to come back and just give it another try, I think this guy's blessing right there.
Deebo, what does it mean?
Again, this was one of the reasons why I was really looking forward to Jason Verrett coming back when he was released from the Houston Texans. We did a video about it. We did all these different, typically 49ers workout players every week. And Jason Verrett's the only player who did a workout that got a full video and a full live discussed about him, because he was so impactful when he played and was healthy with the San Francisco 49ers. And it's hard not to feel for a guy like this who the players love. He's absolutely loved within this franchise, within this organization. I mean, he really was trending on having a Hall of Fame career before it was derailed by injuries, and then gets it back and gets his footing back with the Niners. And he's looking like he's going to be back in that all-pro kind of form. And then he gets hurt in the first game against the Detroit Lions in 2021. And he's just been struggling to get back ever since. And then it was 2022 where he was working all year. And then he was about to be able to play against the Chargers, his former team. And in that week of practice, I believe it was his Achilles that ruptured. And it's just such a sad time. I just remember that when that news broke and having to report on it, just like how gut-wrenching it felt, because we were so excited. It'd been about a year and a half since Jason Verrett had been on a football field, and he was finally coming back this week. And in that week of practice, he goes down again. But the fact that he's been able to put in the work, he's been able to come back from these major injuries on so many different occasions. then go get signed by the Houston Texans, go out and get those reps and all those different. He even talked about, like, being able to be back out on the field, being able to be in that environment where you're on a team and you're working every week and all those different types of things, I think helped him get ready to be back. So I think having Jason Verrett back on the roster could be a huge addition for the San Francisco 49ers, especially if any injuries do come down at the cornerback position. And we had a little scare with Charvarius Ward. And again, he's an older player, has a lot of injury history. So I don't think there's going to be a ton of expectation on what we're going to see from him because of all the things that we've already stated. But the fact is, he's a great guy to have, I think, in that defensive back room, a great guy to have in the locker room. Um, Again, one of the cool stories about his workout was 7 players came out to watch it. Kyle Shanahan said he's never seen anything like that before, where other players were watching another guy's workout. It just speaks to how much this team loves him and appreciates him as a player. So there's no downside of this at all. There really isn't. He's a practice squad guy. Anything he contributes is a positive at this point. That if he doesn't contribute at all, it's a wash. No, it doesn't hurt them. It doesn't. Nothing happens if he actually doesn't ever play or contribute. So, but there is going to be the positive of his personality and his leadership in the locker room, which is huge, man. It's huge in especially like a veteran-led locker room like the 49ers have. When you got your Trent Williams and you got your George Kittles and your Deebo Samuels and your CMCs, like having guys like that in your locker room who can uh, instantly get respect from the entire room when they walk in. That's huge, man. That's absolutely huge. So I love that Jason Verrett is back. I love seeing the videos of him back out at practice, back in the jersey, back in the 49ers colors, man. I loved having him on. He was one of my favorite draft crushes coming out of TCU at cornerback. You could see it in college how good he was going to be in the NFL. And again, really crazy story, but his story has him back on the San Francisco 49ers, back on the practice squad, and he's back in the building. Absolutely love this for Jason Verrett. What are your guys feeling on this? What do you kind of feel seeing Jason Verrett back out on the field, back in the Niners colors? What are your expectations for Jason Verrett, and what are your feelings of the San Francisco 49ers bringing him back? Let me know what you guys are thinking in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.